I think it's really important to take the infants outdoors because you have to start at the beginning. If they start little, then they'll be comfortable being outside. It gives them a chance to experience those multi-sensory experiences that are so good that it's the best way that all children learn. If we only experience snow in the texture table inside, then our infants wouldn't grow up with any idea of where it comes from.
Can you smell them? Can you smell them? Yeah, smell.
When I go around the country meeting with various organizations and groups, a lot of administrators and licensing people are concerned about infants and toddlers going out and interacting with the natural world, but we know, we've seen over and over how beneficial it is, and we can do it in a way that really is safe for them.
I think safety for children when you go outside is extremely important, but on the other end of the spectrum, it's very important to give them challenges also. Going outside does change that experience of walking. It gives them a little more challenge to learning to walk and learning to move, because indoors we have flat surfaces, flat floors. We might have levels for them to climb on, but when we go outside into our Nature Explore classroom, the ground's not flat. We do not see any signs of frustration. They might fall, but they get right back up and keep going. They are very persistent when they're trying to maneuver that space.
He would struggle when he was just a year walking up, and it was kind of a climbing, or he even crawled up to get around, and then many times he would come out here and walk around that circle, and so it was fun to see him standing up and actually walking on the rocks now that he's improved so much.
One, two, three,
In our well-meaning attempts to keep children safe, what we've really done is protected them too much. And we know that when children are exploring the natural world, maybe putting their fingers in their mouth after they've touched dirt, we really are strengthening their immune system. And we also need to really help children know that the world is much more than red, yellow, blue plastic. That the wonderful textures of nature and the beauty of growing plants are really important for very young children to interact with too.
One of the things that I've noticed with my youngest child is that he surprises me when we're outside at the things he notices. It's not just the real obvious things like the flowers, but he'll look at the flower long enough to find the insect. They're teaching you to, look longer or realize that there's so many dimensions to that flower.
I do believe it is important to take them outside in all types of weather, just because they get those different experiences through every season of the year. I developed those different experiences for the children by doing documentation and really looking at it and seeing what the documentation is and what they're very interested in, and then take the experiences that I can see as most common interests of most of our children and bring it outside. I follow up with our outdoor experiences normally with an indoor activity, just because I do feel that once they've done it outside and they can put it on paper or they can build what they did outside, I feel that that is making that specific experience better, because it's really pulling in what they did outside. They're applying that new thinking that they have to new experiences that we have inside.
There's a phenomenon referred to as entrainment, where our bodies begin to sync up or mimic the rhythms of our surroundings. So imagine you're in a peaceful surrounding where you see the beauty of nature, you feel the wind blowing softly, and maybe you hear the rhythms of a river and ocean. A shift occurs, and you start to feel calmer.
They're so peaceful when they're outside. They're more comfortable and calm when they're outside, and I am too. Once you slow down enough to really engage a child of that age outside, you begin to realize how enjoyable it is for you as an adult to do the same.
I do feel that there are more benefits to being outdoors than there would be disadvantages, and if I had to stop and think, I'm not sure I could really come up with any disadvantages. If you've got parents or other teachers that you're working with that aren't sure about taking the children outside, just try it.